Hello and welcome to This versus That, your number one source of amusing and intense would you rather situations. I am your host, Tim. Now it's time to choose this or that. Today's episode: would you rather have perfect health for the rest of your life or see any event in your future? So, for the perfect health, we're going to get a little conspiracy theorist for this one because health is sort of an interesting thing because like I said, we're gonna get conspiracy theorists. So let's say worst conspiracy theorist situation: government finds out that you have perfect health and they poke and prod you and perform experiments on you so they can make shots to distribute to whoever they deem necessary to receive these shots, sort of like a watered down super soldier serum where you don't have super strength or anything like that, but not getting sick and having really good health is kind of a big deal. So let's try to decide, what are we going to consider to be perfect health? Now, my idea of perfect health is probably going to be different than yours, so if yours is different, please feel free to leave in the comment section what you would consider to be perfect health. For me, and I hope you didn't hear that ping, I'm working off of my iMac and just got a text message, but anyway, perfect health. I would say all five of my senses are working top notch as they should be. 20/20 vision, my sense of smell should be fine, my sense of hearing should be perfect. I'm not going to be hearing a bee burp 20 miles away, but just, what's perfect, average hearing or slightly above average. My sense of taste is fine, my nervous system is fine, so I can pick up and grab things. I don't have joint and muscle pains. I am going to consider that for perfect health because I won't need to take medications. I won't need to go to the doctor for things. So joint and muscle pains, that's not going to be a problem. My heart's going to be working as it should be. Healthy lungs, that should be fine. That's going to be under perfect health. My skeletal system, no scoliosis. To my understanding, I don't have scoliosis, but I do slouch a bit. In fact, I sit in my chair like I'm a shrimp. I feel like in my past life I was a cat because I never sit like a normal human being, but that's neither here nor there. So that is what I am going to determine to be perfect health. The pros of this, like I said, I don't have to take medications. I don't have any, health issues. But I feel like that's going to be something that I would have to keep hidden from people because, again, we're living under the assumption that if this were to get out, people would want to know how you got to that point, and people, word spreads. And I don't want to be abducted by some form of government and be cut open, poked, and prodded. Don't get me wrong, I believe in the importance of making sure that everybody has the access to what they need in order to be healthy, but me being selfish, not because I don't want people to be healthy, but I feel like we can achieve close to what I would have as perfect health if we dedicated more time to the science of just being healthy and how do we get there. And that's sort of a tough one. Again, I would love to be healthy. I'm not counting stamina though, because I feel higher stamina or being stronger, I feel like that falls into superpower, and that's not what the question is. It's to have perfect health. Would I like to be a little bit stronger, have a bit more endurance, a bit more stamina? Yeah, but that's something that I can do now. I can work out more, I can eat healthier, there are things that I can do to improve that. So I will not count those, at least for myself. Now, our other option is see any event in your future. So how I'm interpreting this is it's a single event, and I'm going to throw in the rule that you don't get to see the entire day. So it won't be from sunrise to sunset. It'll be let's give it a 10-minute window. You only get 10 minutes to see that future event. And I'm even going to throw in the option of you get to pick the event. Just, because I feel like that's fair. Now, you have to see it through your first person perspective. You're not going to be like a third person viewing this. You are going to be you. The pros and cons is, the pro is like, yeah, you get to see a part of your future. That'd be kind of neat. Um, for me, like let's just use this as an example. Let's say your wedding day. Yeah, it'd be really awesome to see who you're gonna marry next. Like that would be kind of neat. The downside is just like, at least for me, like I feel like I can keep that control or that composure pretty well, but I also feel like there are people who would like, let's go for the other example of, how some people would pick, like, oh yeah, I want to know how I would die. I feel like that would be horrible because, now you're trying to avoid, you know, everything that may possibly, lead up to, your cause of death. So let's reel that back. Like, you see who you're going to marry. If it's somebody like, just because you know it's going to happen, even if it's somebody you don't know, just because you know it's going to happen does not mean the other person is going to know that this is a thing. And I'm going to throw in the extra rule of the future can be changed, because again, like, it's a normal human reaction. Like, look me in the face, or look at yourself. Like, look inwards. Would you feel completely comfortable with someone you know, or even if you didn't know, to come up to you, like message you and say, hey, I just had a vision of the future and you and we're gonna get married. What do you think of that? Like, I've had that happen to me. I had an acquaintance a few years ago who had severe health problems and just had a really hard time separating fantasy and reality. And she sends me this message at like 11 o'clock at night telling me that the angel spoke to her and told me that we were going to get married and we were going to be the god and goddess of the new world, that we were going to wipe the entire slate clean and we were going to build an entirely new society. I was super confused. I was super concerned, and I'm just like, man, that bird is far away. Like, it was an intense situation. So I don't want to have that happen to me again, and I don't want to be that person, because I'm sure we've all had that moment, like maybe in like junior high or high school, where somebody, like, we're trying to like break things off with them, or even just like that weird person who thought that we were cute, and it's just like, yeah, we're gonna be together and everything's gonna be fine. And I'm just, that's just a weird situation. So like, if you do pick like your wedding day, or like who your next girlfriend or whoever your next significant other is going to be, man, woman, non-binary, gender fluid, whatever, don't be a weirdo. Keep some composure. Because, again, we're keeping to the rule that the future can be changed. So if you scare them off, that entire future is gone now, and you had your one chance to see the future. You don't get another one. New rule, you do not get another chance. So be careful with that. I do think at the end of the day, if I had to choose between the perfect health for the rest of my life, or to see any event in my future, I would say I would pick the perfect health. I know I just went on a tangent about why I wouldn't or shouldn't pick that, but I feel like I don't want to see the future. Like, I don't want that added pressure on me to like not blow the lid on something fantastic, like, or or to put myself in a position where I'm terrified of the inevitable. That's just too much lingering over my head. I feel like I can brush off the how I'm so healthy all the time. Be just like, oh yeah, just take good care of myself. That's fine. And I feel like I could get away with that a lot easier than, wanting to pick like this big important day and not having it, good or bad, basically control the rest of my life until that event happens or until I do something to screw up that event. So that's what I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick perfect health rest of my life. What would you guys pick? Leave it down in the comment section. I'm excited to hear what you pick, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.